Cheers! Good morning and happy Coffee Convo Wednesday. I am Cindy Simmons. I will be your host of Coffee Convo Wednesday this morning, as I am every Wednesday morning. Give you a big fat cheers and say Coffee Convo Wednesday is the first live broadcasted show from my new location in Florida. You're like, that doesn't look like Florida. Well, yes, it does. It looks like all of the boxes I have not yet unpacked, because we have been in Florida for about a week and it's basically been like crazy town. It's been a crazy morning. It's been a crazy week. But yeah, so this will be the background for a little while until I figure out the unpacking situation, because there's so much of it. So what are you going to do? But that's like a whole other show, because this show we're focusing on, I've moved to Florida and things are good. Check out my new coffee mug. I don't know if you can see. It's a little Georgia to Florida with a heart in each of the states with a little line. Oh, it's so cute. This is from one of my besties, Taylor, in Atlanta. And the back of the mug says, "Friends forever, never apart, maybe in distance, but never at heart." Yes, I cried like a baby when she gave it to me, but how cute, Georgia to Florida. So I love it, and just to let you guys know, that's going to be my little shelf. My Coffee Convo Wednesday show with all of the boxes. So yeah, this is my first show live from Florida. It's been a bit of a crazy week. Literally the first day we drove from Atlanta to Florida, it was my mom and my two daughters. We got invited by Disney Springs to do this really fun Disney Springs shopping event, and it was an experience. Like, we went straight to Disney's Beach Club Resort, which was super neat. I had never stayed there before. We all visited there, and then Disney Springs videoed our family. Like, we did this fun family video shoot, like a back to school event, while we were shopping Disney Springs. So I'll share that video with you when it's done and I get to see it, because I haven't seen it yet, but I'm kind of excited about that. Then we went to see Cirque du Soleil La Nuba, which was amazing. I had seen a bunch of Cirque shows in Atlanta over the years, and oh my goodness, if you've never seen a Cirque du Soleil show, they're all great, but I gotta say, La Nuba, I think, is one of my new favorite Cirque shows. It was great, and then we came here. We're in a rental house right now because we're building a house, because my mama Jane lives with us, so we like to give her her own little apartment space. So while that is being built in our new neighborhood, we're in a neighborhood a couple miles away from our new house, and this is it. You're like, wow, thanks for sharing that view of boxes. All right, so today on Coffee Convo Wednesday, a couple things we're going to talk about. Number one, I got to ask you about this. All right, do you know who those people are? Because if you know who those people are, then you know what I'm going to ask you. So that's the Bachelorette, Rachel Lindsay, and then that is it Peter, right? Peter and Brian, the ones she chose, I guess. So I haven't really been watching The Bachelor or The Bachelorette for years now. Like, I just kind of got over it, was not watching it anymore. But I think this season I maybe saw a total of like 12 minutes throughout the whole season. Like, I'd be cruising through it. It was on ABC. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll watch a couple minutes. And I'm like, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. So the other night when it was on, it was a 3-hour live finale. Like, I don't have 3 hours of my life, like, that I want to dedicate to watching The Bachelor. So my husband and I were getting ready to go to bed, and it came on. So we were starting to watch. And so what I got from this, and you guys need to tell me, because if you watch the whole season, then you obviously know way more than I do about The Bachelorette. But apparently people are mad at Rachel's choice. So I guess it was him, and then another guy, Eric, who was also equally as hot, because they're all pretty hot. So it was Eric and Peter and Brian, and then I guess she got rid of Eric, which was a bummer, because I thought he was super hot. And it was down to these two. So what I could get was that she liked him better, but that he didn't want to propose at the end, which I always think is weird. Like, you're sort of forcing someone to propose, and I'm sure that's like maybe the rules of signing up to be on the show, which I get, totally get. And then she liked this guy too, so I think she loved both of them, but I think she wanted him more, maybe, is what I got. I could be wrong, you guys tell me. But she picked him because he was like, well, I'm not going to propose at the end. And she was like, well, peace out, then I'm out of here. We're not happening. So she picked him, but like, she released a statement about her new fiance, And so like his name is Brian, I guess, and he said, both of them were talking about it, and he said, I think there's a difference between I love you and I'm in love with you. Rachel actually told me she was in love with me back in the fantasy suite. So I didn't watch that episode, so I don't know. You guys would know. And Lindsay said, it was very important to me. I've been strong with my last 4, and I loved each of them in a different way. And with Brian, he's the only one that I said I was in love to. And I really wanted to reserve that language, that feeling for one person, and that was Brian for me. So she picked Brian. She didn't pick Peter, and I think Peter's probably going to be the next Bachelor, because I saw him on Good Morning America this morning, and he sort of was like, oh, maybe, I'm thinking about it, but come on, they've already figured it out. But I think he's hot. He's hot. I mean, they're all hot, but who did you want? Did you want Peter or did you want Brian? Because some people are like really irritated about it, which I don't quite understand, because who cares, right? I mean, like, she picked who she picked, and what do they say? Pick what you pick and don't pitch a fit. Is that what you say to your kids? Or you get what you get and don't pitch a fit? I don't know. Something like that. But I don't know. Are you like legit upset about the way The Bachelorette ended? I'd just be legit upset that I wasted 3 hours of my life. So, all right. Also on Coffee Convo Wednesday, so one of my best friends, Elisa, had a quick trip to Orlando. So she was like, that's my first friend visiting. I went to go pick her up from the airport, and I was driving her to her mom's house because her mom lives in Orlando. And we got into this big kind of conversation debate, and I said, you know what? I'm going to ask my Coffee Convo Wednesday peeps to see what you think. So I'm driving. I pick her up from the airport. So blah, blah, blah. We're talking like girls do when you're in the car. Yeah. And the person in front of me decides to clean off something on their window. It could have just been they just wanted to clean it off. Maybe something splattered. The reason to me is irrelevant. But what I said is when I'm on the freeway or on a street, anywhere, I always look behind me to see if there's a car directly behind me when I turn on my windshield wipers. She's like, what? No. I mean, if you have something on your windshield, then you just have to get it off. I said, no, I understand that. But I always look first, and if there's someone behind me, I will try to remove myself from that lane and go to another lane and then turn on the windshield wipers. She just couldn't even believe that. She's like, I mean, I guess you just must be more considerate than I am, because I never think to do that. And so then I thought, is that just me? It's like a me thing? Because I just think, isn't that like an etiquette thing? That if you're going to turn on your windshield wipers, don't you want to make sure the person behind you is not like right behind you, so that when you do that, you know, then the water goes and it's all over your car. And I get it, it's just water, like who cares? But when I do that, I always make sure no one is directly behind me or like right to the right. And then I go and turn the windshield wipers on and move on with my day. But she says she's never even like, she goes, wow, am I just not a considerate person? Which is not the case, because she's extremely considerate, because she's my friend and I only hang out with kind and considerate people. But she and I were both sort of puzzled. So I'm taking it to you, my Coffee Convo Wednesday viewers. Do you pay attention to the cars behind you when you're turning on your windshield wipers? I don't know why I feel the need to do that every time I'm doing it. So I don't know. Comment below. I would love to know. Let's talk about The Bachelorette. Let's talk about windshield wipers. All right. Then I have one more question for you on Coffee Convo Wednesday. And this is just, I don't know. It was kind of funny. So we're in Florida and we're at a rental house, and I need to find a landscaper because at our old house, we didn't have any grass. That's a whole other story. But we didn't have any grass, so we don't have a lawnmower. And the grass here in Florida, I promise you, when we went into this house, was like this big. So I see that there's a guy out here the other morning, and he's weed eating and mowing the grass or whatever. So I grab my 12-year-old daughter. I'm like, hey, let's go run over there and talk to him. So I run up, and it's just him by himself mowing the lawn or whatever. I was like, hey. And he goes, hey. And he starts to run away from me. And I'm like, he's like, just kidding. So I kind of already liked him because he was kind of like snarky and funny. So I go up, I'm like, hey, I introduce myself. My name's Cindy. We just moved in over there. He's like, hello, nice to meet you. I'm Luke Austin. And immediately I'm like, yes, you are a British guy. I said, where are you from? Oh, I'm from South England. I'm like, yes, I do love an accent. Immediately, I was like, like so excited about a British accent. What is wrong with me? I mean, as some of you may know, I do have a thing for Tom Hiddleston, Loki, and I've had a little celebrity crush on him for years. And he's British, so I don't know. maybe it's like the James Bond thing. I don't know. I just always had a thing for British accents. So he says that he is a police officer here in Orlando. And I think his company, it's a really cute name. It's something like Lawn Enforcement of whatever city. I don't remember. But law enforcement, like get it? Law enforcement. So he's a law enforcement officer. He's a police officer. And then does his yardscaping, landscaping business on the side. So I was sitting there chatting with Luke Austin, the law enforcement guy, and I couldn't stop talking to him. And so Lily, my 12-year-old, and I, we walk away and we're like, oh, he was lovely. And then we go into our ridiculously bad British accents because that's what you do when you're American and you're not British, is you talk like a British person. I don't know, maybe it's just me because I'm kind of obsessed. So I was talking to my husband. I was like, oh, I met Luke Austin today. He's going to be cutting our grass. And of course, my husband's looking at me like, really? Okay, so he must have been hot because he's British. I'm like, yeah, he's cute. I don't know. Honestly, I really wasn't paying attention. My husband's like, okay, sure you were. I said, no, I wasn't paying attention to his attractiveness. I was too consumed with his British accent. He goes, yeah, but doesn't the British accent instantly make you hotter? Like, I know how you feel about British accents. So even if he was just mediocre hot, which again, I wasn't paying attention, but even if he was mediocre hot, doesn't it make him like hotter because he has a British accent? And I thought, I can't even argue because he's right. I kind of think you don't even have to be that hot, but if you have a British accent, you're like instantly hot. What is that? I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess it would be the same for Australian accents. I can't do it Australian. Not that I can do a British accent either, but I don't know. Because even like I've met some Southern guys, hi y'all, you know, and they've got that Southern accent. I kind of like that too. So maybe it's just an accent thing for me. But is it for you? Do you think an accent makes you hotter, or am I just in my own little world? So like I said, lots to talk about on Coffee Convo Wednesday today. So what did we talk about? Let's see. People are legit upset about Rachel Lindsay's choice because she picked Brian and not Peter, but Peter kind of wanted to be picked, but he didn't want to get married. So she should have just picked Eric and not either of these two. But what do you think? Should she have picked someone different? Did she make the right choice? I don't know. So comment below. Also too, good or bad etiquette. Do you pay attention when you're using your windshield wipers? Who's behind you? I always do. My girlfriend and I were talking and she said she never does. So I wanted to know, do you pay attention to that? Is it good etiquette to pay attention? Bad etiquette if you're not? Does it irritate you when someone uses their windshield wipers and you're like, ah, and it's all coming up on your car? I don't know. Comment below. And then finally, does an accent make you hotter? Inquiring minds want to know. And then, okay, so because at the beginning of the show, I was telling you how Disney was so awesome to invite my family, my mom and my daughters, my husband Eric had to stay back in Atlanta. But we went to Disney Springs and they did a fun video shoot with us, which I cannot wait to see the video so I can show you guys. But we went shopping and it's such a good time. So I thought, well, since I'm an actual Floridian resident now, that I should hook you guys up with a $25 Disney gift card. What? So if you would like a $25 Disney gift card, this is how we do it. Comment below and write Disney, and then tag someone who you know who has never seen Coffee Convo Wednesday before. It's my way of spreading the Coffee Convo Wednesday love, getting more people to hang out with us, because I'm super grateful for all of you who come back every single week and watch Coffee Convo Wednesday. So this is like a little Florida thank you, because I know when people know that we've moved to Orlando, they're like, are you going right to Disney? So here you go. It's a little Disney thank you for you. So comment below with Disney and tag someone. You must tag someone to be entered. All you have to do is do it once, and then we'll pick a winner Friday at 5 p.m., which would be August 11th. So you have until 5 p.m., August 11th. We'll pick a random winner, and you'll get a $25 Disney gift card. So thanks for hanging out with me on Coffee Convo Wednesday. Don't forget to follow me on all of the socials, Cindy A. Simmons and Surviving Mommy on Twitter and Instagram, Snapchat, all those good things. And if you've ever missed a Coffee Convo Wednesday, head over to my YouTube page. Just search Cindy Simmons. Super easy. And you can watch all of the Coffee Convo Wednesdays. Plus, there's tons of fun other videos that I do and post there. So until next week, Coffee Convo Wednesday, I just want to say cheers. Thanks again to one of my besties, Taylor, for my cute little Georgia to Florida mug. And if you find a big, ginormous, obnoxious coffee mug, because I love big coffee mugs. I like big mugs and I cannot lie. Shoot me an email, cindy@cindysimmons.com. You send me a mug, I'll hook you up with a free t-shirt. It's that easy. In fact, I think next week's mug is coming from Kelly in Louisiana. There's a little tease for you, something she found for me. So cheers, be kind to each other, and thanks for hanging out with me on Coffee Convo Wednesday. Bye, have a good day, cheers.